You give a girl flowers, treat her like a queen, and then she turns out to be a blood-sucking monster. But enough about my ex-wife, let's get into the video. Hey everyone, Brent the Middleman here with my first video on the insanely fun Epix series, From. Spoiler alert for everything up through episode 7, and with that out of the way, jump into the closest faraway tree and hope you don't end up in a mountain, because here we go. Episode 7 begins with Colony House preparing for Fatima's 1-year anniversary of the day she got trapped in town. Ellis isn't handling it too well, however, because it only reminds him that this place killed his mom. Victor and his lunchbox discover that there are no more peaches, or at least that's what Donna tells him. And he comments that after all the years he's been here, this is the only thing that has changed. I guess he means other than the forest moving 4 inches closer and his now giant thatch of pubic hair. Father Khatri decides to come clean to Sheriff Boyd about keeping Sarah tied up in the basement, and Boyd reveals his plan to try to find the edge of the forest. Last episode ended with Khatri digging up his bag in the middle of the stone circle out in the field. The stone circle has been there for a long time. Was this a place to commune with the spirits? Was there a ceremony there in the past that caused everything that is happening? Yes, I have a lot of questions, so get used to it. We see Jim designing a tower for Jade's antenna to see if they can get a signal, while Tabitha keeps digging in the basement to see if she can figure out where the power cords go. Back at Fatima's party, Donna gives her a present, which is a dream catcher. Donna tells her she hopes it only catches her good dreams and keeps away the bad ones. One of my theories is that this is some kind of dream or sleep dimension, and all their nightmares are manifesting and killing them. Let me know in the comments if you think I'm onto something. Oh, and we also learn that Julie may be gay or bisexual, as she is interested in fooling around with Fatima. Definitely can't blame her for that. We then get Father Khatri's full backstory, as we learned he punched and abused Kid's father to death, which explains the bloody clothes in his bag. The candy bar he has is the candy he had given to the boy when the boy tried to tell him that something was wrong at home. Did anyone else think that the story of a priest and a young boy was going to go in a completely different direction? He was drinking from the whiskey bottle and about to kill himself when he says he heard God's voice, and that made him get in the car. That's when he came across the tree and the crows and ended up in the town. This explains why he wants to help Sarah, as he sees her as another young person in trouble, and this time he wants to do more than just give her candy. The mustachioed lover boy gets seduced by the cute blonde bloodsucker and totally falls for her tricks. We then get an interesting scene with an older bald guy in the Colony House kitchen talking about how some string theorists believe there are 26 dimensions, but that other superstring theorists think there are only 10. Another partygoer asks him if he thinks they are in one of these other dimensions, but he says nope, they are in a pocket universe. Pausing here for a second, I love when shows do this. Have characters ask the same questions we've been asking ourselves at home. The writers know what theories we may have, which gives me confidence they are planning to totally surprise us. It may work, it may not, but it should be a surprise nonetheless. Drunk Ellis tells Baldy that they aren't in a pocket universe or another dimension, and Baldy tells Fatima to get him out of there before he starts shooting up the place. He also says that Ellis is a goddamn animal, just like his mother. So Ellis's mother, Sheriff Boyd's dead wife, shot up the town before dying? Was she killed by the monsters, or did someone kill her before she could hurt anyone? Or did she hurt someone and get left outside after dark? We know from earlier in the season that it was her death that led to the discovery of the Talismans. We also know that she is buried outside of town in a field. Did she find the talisman, or did she lead Boyd to it because she was hearing voices like Sarah was? It seems like some people, like Sarah and Ethan, are more in tune with the spirits in this place. Anyway, Donna slugs Baldy, while Loverboy opens the window for the blonde. He comments that she has warm hands, which seems strange for a ghost or whatever she is, and then he slips her the tongue. The romantic mood continues as Julie tells Fatima she wants to kiss her. Fatima is shocked, and this sends Julie running away in embarrassment. Dang, was kinda hoping to see that. Back at the police station, Katri convinces Boyd that Sarah may actually be hearing things, and that maybe they can use her to try to save everyone. They make a plan to go out into the forest together. This, combined with the fact that we got Khatri's backstory, told me right then that the father wasn't going to survive the episode. Khatri also says that whatever was watching him bury his bag, and whatever is talking to Sarah, is part of the fabric of this place. This definitely reminded me of the HBO show Raised by Wolves, where there is a mysterious entity on an alien planet commanding people to do things. In that show, it seems like it may be some artificial intelligence that has grown super powerful. Is that the same thing that's going on here? Are they in some sort of simulation? Or is there an AI controlling everything? But what for? Let me know your theories in the comments. Jim and Tabitha's hole in the ground is getting super deep, but they seem no closer to finding the bottom. But the whole ordeal does seem to be repairing their relationship, which was strained by their infant son dying. I mention this because I'm thinking that the young boy in the 80s tennis outfit is their dead baby grown up a bit. But how is this possible? No idea. But remember, Tabitha found the bracelet she made for Jim in the town, the same bracelet he lost in the hospital their son died in. I'm thinking there's a connection here. This is also a good place to mention that the town seems to attract broken people, desperate people on the brink of losing control of their lives. What do you think this means? Back at the orgy house, the colony house, Blondie Bloodsucker calmly cleans the blood off her face and opens the window for the other monsters. I guess the talisman doesn't work upstairs or loses its effect once they're invited in. Does this mean they are some kind of vampires? They only come out at night, they seem to drink blood, they aren't actually dead since their bodies are warm, and they toy with their victims. She did have a reflection in the mirror, but I've also never seen any of them eating garlic either. Mustache Man did try to drive his stake into her, but he never got past first base, so I guess we'll need more information. The forest monsters definitely give off a "we are dead" vibe, since they are all dressed in the outfits they could have died in. There's a milkman, a bride in her wedding dress, a Civil War soldier, and other folks in period clothes. No, not the baggy sweats and oversized sweatshirt girls wear during that time of the month, but outfits from all different time periods. Julie heads upstairs to hide out in Crazy Victor's room and finds him packing up his stuff. She asks him why he dug all the graves earlier, but like a hungover friend who just woke up next to a wildebeest, he doesn't want to talk about it. Victor remembers the last time 2 cars came into town and he saw the young tennis player walking around, that nearly everyone but him were killed, so this time he isn't taking any chances. She asks him if he knows what this place is, but Victor still isn't talking. Jade is still obsessing over the book that has the drawings of the symbol he saw right before hallucinating a man crushed by a boulder and a Civil War soldier chasing him through the woods with a musket. He finds 2 pages stuck together, so I'm guessing there was a photo of a young Pamela Anderson in there. Oh, nope, it's a Polaroid picture of some dude leaning on his car in front of the diner with a young Victor behind him with his lunchbox. This looks like it was taken before the town turned into Monsterville. The guy seems to be holding either the book Jade has been obsessed with or a Bible. Father Khatri did say previously that there were no Bibles in town, even though there are a ton of other books. If talismans work against the monsters, maybe the Bible or crosses could work too? This picture looks like proof that Victor lived in the town before it became what it is, and he didn't just end up there like everyone else. Back at Colony House, the monsters go on a rampage, and only a few are able to escape with Donna into town. The killing started with the blonde monster killing Julie, but before taking her out, she called Julie by her name. Julie asked how she knew her name, and Blondie says they know everyone there. Does this mean they are listening to them during the day? Or is the voice Sarah heard feeding them information? Or is this proof that they were all selected to come here so they know who they are when they arrive? Let me know in the comments what you think. Victor and Julie climb out the window to go hide in the woods, and Ellis sobers up in time to jump out the window, where he is saved by Fatima. They are able to lock themselves in the front entrance room, and the talisman there protects them. This is further proof that as long as you're in an enclosed space with a talisman, the monsters can't get in. Victor tells Julie they have to get to the tree after he sees the tennis boy, and he has her get in. She ends up in the cupboard in the basement where we saw young Victor hiding during the first massacre, and where Jade saw the symbol and the guy crushed by the boulder. Victor told her that he'd be right behind her, but he doesn't come out in the same place. So did he get in the tree and end up somewhere else, or did he go to follow the tennis boy? Donna and the survivors show up at the sheriff's station, where Boyd and Khatri help them in. But before they can get inside, one of the monsters cuts the father's throat. Dang, there is a ton of these creatures out there, and even though they just walk around, they seem to be able to get right up behind people. Khatri's death scene is rough, as he definitely didn't want his story to end this way. They finally had a plan to try to save everyone, but he's gonna have to hope that he can help from beyond the grave. Boyd prays with him as he dies, asking God to protect them from evil. Yeah, good luck with that. What a great episode. I'm really enjoying the show, and I appreciate all the commenters who recommended that I watch it. I'm really excited to do breakdowns of the remaining episodes so that I can hear all of your theories in the comments. I'll even do a commenter theory video in a couple weeks, pulling the most liked theories from the comments. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like, and if you don't want to miss any of my future videos, please consider subscribing, as the channel is nearing 5,000 subscribers, which would be an awesome milestone to hit. I can't thank everyone enough for all the support, and I'm proud to say that I think this channel has the most positive comments section on YouTube. I'll be back soon with more videos on From, as well as Raised by Wolves, The Boys, The Umbrella Academy, Moon Knight, and more. Thank you for watching. Once again, I'm Brent the Middleman, and I'll see you next time.